In the heart of a village cradled by baobab trees and serenaded by the whispers of the savannah, lived a woman named Adiz. She wasn't just any woman. Her hands, nimble and wise, did not just spin cotton or weave cloth. They wove the very fabric of time itself. Adiz was the village weaver, a title passed down through generations, a sacred duty to maintain the balance of days and nights, seasons and years. Her loom was no ordinary loom. It was carved from the heartwood of an ancient acacia tree, its threads shimmering with the light of dawn, the deep blue of midnight, and the golden hues of sunset. Each thread represented a life, a moment, a memory. When she wove, the sun would rise. When she paused, the moon would take its place in the velvet sky. The villagers lived in harmony with her rhythm, their lives unfolding in the beautiful patterns she created. One morning, a young man named Jabari, his heart restless and his spirit yearning for more than the predictable turning of seasons, approached Adiz. "Great weaver," he said, his voice earnest, "the days are too short for our labors, and the nights too long for our fears. Can you not weave us more daylight? Can you not hurry the harvest and shorten the dry, waiting months?" Adiz looked at Jabari, her eyes holding the depth of countless ages. She saw his youthful impatience, a feeling as old as time itself. "Jabari," she said softly, her voice like the rustling of leaves, "time is a tapestry. Every thread has its purpose, every color its place. To pull one thread is to risk unraveling the whole." But Jabari, and soon other villagers, grew insistent. They dreamt of endless days of celebration, of harvests that came without the long wait of planting and tending. The chorus of their desires grew louder, a persistent hum that vibrated through the village. "More sun, faster seasons," they chanted. "Weave us a better time." With a heavy heart, Adiz listened. She loved her people, and their unhappiness pained her. Perhaps, she thought, she could grant them their wish, just for a little while. So, she returned to her loom, her fingers hesitating over the shimmering threads. She chose the brightest, sun-kissed golds and began to weave them in, pushing aside the cool, dark threads of night. She wove faster and faster, her shuttle flying like a frantic bird. And so it happened. The sun, which usually dipped below the horizon, lingered. The day stretched on, bright and relentless. The villagers rejoiced. They feasted and danced, celebrating their newfound abundance of light. Jabari was hailed as a hero. The fields were bathed in perpetual daylight, and the crops grew at an astonishing pace. It seemed like a paradise. But paradise has its price. The endless day began to wear on them. The chickens, confused, did not know when to roost. The nocturnal animals, vital for the ecosystem, never emerged from their burrows. The soil, never having a chance to rest and drink the evening dew, grew cracked and tired. The crops, which had shot up so quickly, were weak and spindly. Sleep became a distant memory. People grew weary, their bodies aching for the restorative embrace of darkness and rest. Tempers flared under the unblinking eye of the sun. The laughter and songs were replaced by anxious whispers and tired sighs. The world Adiz had woven was out of balance. The vibrant colors of her tapestry had bleached into a single, monotonous, glaring yellow. One evening, which was no different from the morning, Jabari came to Adiz again. His shoulders were slumped, his face etched with worry. The cheers that once followed him had turned to looks of blame. "Great weaver," he whispered, his voice hoarse. "Forgive me. Forgive us. We were foolish. We asked for the sun, but we forgot the gift of the moon. We craved the harvest, but we forgot the peace of the fallow season. Please, bring back the night. Bring back the balance." Adiz nodded, her expression gentle but somber. She had been waiting. She knew that true wisdom is not given, but learned. She returned to her loom, her fingers now moving with a slow, deliberate grace. She carefully unpicked the extra golden threads, her movements a quiet apology to the rhythm she had broken. Then, she took up the deep indigo and silver threads of the night. As she began to weave them back into the tapestry, a collective sigh of relief rippled through the village. The harsh glare of the sun softened. The sky blushed with the gentle colors of dusk, pinks and purples they hadn't seen in what felt like a lifetime. Slowly, majestically, the sun dipped below the horizon, and the first star of the evening appeared, a single, brilliant diamond in a darkening velvet sky. The moon, a welcome silver crescent, rose to claim its rightful place. A profound peace settled over the land. The people of the village, truly exhausted, returned to their homes and fell into the deepest, most restorative sleep they had ever known. They dreamed, for the first time in ages, under the watchful, gentle light of the moon. From that day on, no one ever asked the Dees to alter the weave of time again. They understood. They understood that joy is made sweeter by sorrow, that work is made meaningful by rest, and that light is only truly cherished because of the dark. They learned that every moment, whether of struggle or celebration, was a precious thread in the grand, magnificent tapestry of life. Adiz continued to weave, her hands moving in the ancient, sacred rhythm. She wove the short days of the cool season and the long days of the summer. She wove the quiet patience of planting and the boisterous joy of harvest. She wove births and she wove passings, weaving the threads of the young and the old into one continuous, beautiful story. And as the years turned, Jabari, now a village elder with silver in his hair and wisdom in his eyes, would gather the children under the great baobab tree. He would tell them the story of the time the village tried to command the sun, the story of the relentless day, and the story of the woman who wove time. He would point to the sunrise and say, "That is Adiz's gift of beginning." Then he would point to the sunset and say, "And that is her gift of rest." He taught them that time was not a servant to be commanded, but a partner to be danced with, a sacred rhythm to be honored. And the children, listening with wide eyes, understood that their lives were part of a pattern far more grand and beautiful than they could ever imagine, all thanks to the steady, loving hands of the weaver.